This segment of the news is brought to you by Smitty's Cards and Coins. Would you like to know what your collectibles are worth? Come by 2281 Postal Road, Unit 4, across from the post office.
In this week's court report, an area man referred to as a habitual criminal who pleaded guilty to the charges in each of his 5 criminal cases open in district court receives a warrant for being a no-show for his most recent scheduled court date. Alexander Michael Cook was due in court for a sentencing hearing in 4 of his 5 cases, which involve a handful of felony burglary-related charges. Cook also had a status check scheduled for his 5th case, in which the defendant is charged with using a controlled substance. But Cook's attorney, who is representing him in all 5 cases, had to tell the court that the defendant is not present, and then expressed his frustration with Cook and his family regarding the defendant not being in rehab yet, because Cook was previously released from custody to his parents for transport to an inpatient treatment program. Cook has also been previously charged with possession of drug paraphernalia and assault with a deadly weapon. Regarding his current 5 cases, Cook has pleaded guilty to burglary, attempted theft, conspiracy to commit robbery, throwing a substance at or willfully damaging a bike or vehicle, and unlawful use of a controlled substance. All involved court parties had agreed to hold off sentencing while the defendant attends his agreed-upon inpatient treatment program. The state had originally moved to dismiss Cook's drug charge during his arraignment, but the court declined and will wait until post-sentencing. Cook originally remained in custody after his arraignment, but now the court has issued a bench warrant in all 5 of Cook's cases. The Pahrump man arrested after inquiring if Sergeant Berukowitz would accept money to look the other way while the suspect grew marijuana in Amargosa Valley illegally has been released on OR and is now awaiting trial. When Robert Samuel Behrens was in court for his arraignment, he entered a not guilty plea to the burglary and bribery charges he's facing. Following subsequent opposing arguments from the state, after Behrens' attorney made a motion for an OR release to allow him to be prepared for trial, the court granted that motion and set trial dates for October 3rd through 6th. Behrens remains in custody $25,000, cash or bond, for the charges of bribery of other public officer and burglary, which requires someone to enter a building with the intent to commit a felony, which includes bribery of a public officer. The district court has now vacated the previously set March trial dates for Diane Davis. She's the Pahrump woman connected to the killing of 17 dogs after a fire was reportedly intentionally set inside her home. That decision was made during Davis's status check, also during which the court granted Davis's public defender's motion to withdraw as counsel. New counsel will contact the court regarding new trial dates. Davis also has a second case in which she was found guilty on 2 of 3 counts after being charged with obtaining and using personal ID, offering false instrument for filing, and burglary. This has been your court report. I'm Eunette Gentry for News 46.
Well, more than 24 law enforcement agencies statewide will be joining forces to crack down on drivers exceeding speed limits or driving too fast for road conditions from March 1st through the 14th. Speeding is a contributing factor in approximately 1/3 of fatal crashes on the nation's roadways. Exceeding the speed limit is considered aggressive driving, just as weaving in and out of traffic and failing to yield to other motorists.
An Andre Butch Harper Act of Kindness Award was presented to Bill Austin today for all he does in our community. Here's Dr. Tom Waters with more.
You know, whenever Deanna and I get together, there's always a reason for that. And one of the reasons is the Butch Harper Act of Kindness Award. We always want to present that. And we find that whenever we look around and we look around our community and we see Rotarians doing so much. And today that we have Kiwanis Club here with us as well. And Kiwanis is always talked about as doing a lot in our community. But today we want to recognize a Rotarian that has done a lot in our community. I think every Rotarian has done a lot in our community. So it just seems that here we have a chance to look at the Butch Harper Act of Kindness Award. I want to say something else too. When we talk about Butch Harper, and for those who remember him, an outstanding member of our community, which is why we renamed the Act of Kindness Award for Butch Harper. And today, we have a person that we're going to say for his endless volunteer hours and service to the residents of Pahrump. Now that could fit so many people, but when I mention the name of the person, you're going to say, that's the way it is. Perfect. So I'm going to ask Bill Austin to come up. You know, I've wanted to give one of these to Bill since day one, is he's done so much. And every time we look at the people that need things done, like a ramp built at their house, or so many other things, Bill is always the first to step up. When you look at all the projects that Rotary has done around town, Bill is there. Just fantastic. So Bill, again, you truly deserve it.
Thank you, Tom.
Deserve it.
Thank you all. Thank you. I always worries when Tom's doing this. Thank you very much.
You are truly welcome, truly deserving. Thanks again, Bill Austin.
Thank you.
I got to tell you, Bill does so many things. I just was looking at his face the whole time waiting for them to say his name, because I can tell you that this man is volunteering all the time. He builds all those disabled ramps. He does so many things. And right now he's helping with a project that we're doing and helping a homeless man get a home. And he volunteered all of his hours for that, so much deserved.
Yes, much deserved. Kudos to you. Thank you for all that you do.
We'll have more news after this break.